Well, I have to say, that answer is quite underwhelming. It lacks any concrete examples or results. Can you offer more specifics to make your response more compelling?
No.
Fair enough. If you ever want to dive into more detailed answers, I'm here to help.
This is too real. I feel very attacked right now. Hi there, I'm Seb. This is Resume Genius. Do you guys remember a few months ago, we did a guide on how to prepare for job interviews with ChatGPT? Well, today we're going to be using the advanced voice feature. It's publicly available on desktop version and mobile, and I think it's going to be a great tool for practicing for job interviews. So we're going to have a little phony interview and see what it has to offer. I'm actually preparing for a job interview and I'm kind of nervous.
I'm here to help you feel more prepared. We can practice common questions, work on your answers, and go over tips to make a great impression. What would you like to start with?
I'd really like to start by practicing some common questions. I think that's a really good idea. How about you give me 3 common job interview questions, and then after I answer, you can give me some feedback on my answer and show me how to improve it.
Could you share a bit about the position you're interviewing for?
Yeah, so I'm applying for a digital content writer role.
Great, thanks for sharing. Let's dive into the questions. Here's the first one. Can you tell me about a successful content campaign you managed?
Great, so in my previous job, I was in charge of...
That's a solid example. To make your answer even stronger, you could quantify the impact with specific metrics.
What would be a good metric for me to use before we carry on?
A good metric to use would be the percentage increase in clicks and purchases resulting from your campaign. You could say, we achieved a 30% increase in clicks and a 20% boost in purchases within 3 months. This shows the direct impact of your efforts. Moving on to the next question. How do you stay current with digital marketing trends and ensure your content strategies remain effective and innovative?
Well, I actually try to fit in about 30 minutes of research every morning.
That's a solid approach. Here's some feedback. Your answer shows initiative and a commitment to staying up to date with industry trends. However, it could be stronger with specific examples. You could mention specific blogs or thought leaders you follow and highlight how these habits directly influence your work. Here's question 3. Can you describe a time when you had to adapt your writing style for a specific audience or platform?
I mean, that's something that I had to do pretty much every day in my previous job.
That's a comprehensive answer that demonstrates your adaptability and strategic thinking. Here's some feedback. You did a great job highlighting the need to switch writing styles for different brands and audiences. To strengthen your answer, you could briefly mention a specific instance where you had to adapt your style significantly for one of these brands.
That's a good suggestion. But let's say that I don't have a specific example I can bring up. What should I do then? How can I make my answer stand out?
If you don't have a specific example, you can still make your answer stand out by emphasizing the skills and strategies you consistently use to adapt your writing.
Okay, let's pause there. I think one thing that's amazing about this is it's really got all of the common interview questions down. It does give you a lot of really good feedback. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't prepare for today. I don't have any scripted answers. I'm making up all of these interview answers on the spot. And there are points where I think my answers were quite vague, they lack detail. I wouldn't recommend answering like that in an interview. And I think ChatGPT did a really good job of picking up those flaws. One thing that I think this tool is a bit limited in is the example answers. You'll notice it didn't really actually bring up any frameworks in the third question that I could use. It didn't give me any specific details. So my takeaway from this is it's probably a really good tool for noticing when you've got a shortcoming, noticing when you're not doing enough. But it's really down to you to do separate research within your industry or online and find out how you can improve. I still feel like this is somewhere where you might need a real interview coach or at least an expert in your field. And that's that. This is a fantastic tool for preparing for your interviews, calming your nerves, run through your interview before the big day, and identifying areas that you can improve. Fantastic. Highly recommend giving this a go. And you know what? I'm gonna let ChatGPT say goodbye. ChatGPT, do you want to say goodbye to everybody? agree.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more interview tips and career advice. See you next time.
Bye-bye.